What do you guys think? Should I do the show like this? What's up, boys and girls? Welcome to General Hospital NV, my GH after show. Let's cut right into it. I'm going to keep it a little bit brief, actually probably a lot brief this week for a couple of reasons. I'm working on some video projects that are taking up a lot of time, and also I thought last week was pretty slow, with the exception of Friday's show. Honestly, overall, the show really dragged out these stories, not only this past week, but just for the last few months. Peter being held hostage by Dr. Obrecht and Nina this whole time is not very entertaining. I mean, sure, it had its moments of Liesel and Peter sparring back and forth, but most of the time I'm just like, just let something happen. I mean, let's be real for a second, because that kid finding Peter in the cabin led to nowhere. It was clearly written in so that Franco could have a scene with him. I'm not too schooled on the One Life to Live history, but apparently that kid played Todd Manning's son. Todd Manning, of course, was played by Roger Howarth, who plays Franco now. Writers, I mean, if you want Todd Manning back so badly, just get rid of Franco and have him play Todd again. I was never a One Life to Live fan, to be honest. I was pretty mad when all these characters started taking over the show back in the day before the lawsuit happened. But straight up, I will take Todd Manning over Franco any day of the week. Anyway, Franco and Dr. Finn, again, another One Life to Live bone thrown, head to the cabin to track down whoever was tied up. Finn had a feeling it was Peter. By the time that they got there, Nina had already moved the body to Windermere. A live body, he's still alive. And so the story continues. On top of that, Nina hired an actor to convince Valentine that Spoon Island was off limits with the West Nile virus. Alright, now let's talk about the wedding of the century. Michael and Nelle's wedding. Eesh. Carly had a very uncharacteristic anxiety attack, which had Kevin going there to check her out. She was tossing chairs and freaking out and screaming, and Kevin talked her down and prescribed her some strong meds. Mary Pat was super happy about that until, you know, Carly jabbed her with it and escaped Ferncliff. And then somehow escaped the Ferncliff walls. Michael and Chase, of course, are setting up their plan. Michael did this prenup so that the baby would have everything, and Nelle overheard it, but then Michael overheard Nelle practically planning his death, so there was that. Chase did his thing, planting seeds of doubt in Nelle's head, basically coming to Nelle and saying, let's run away together, and she almost takes the bait. But Michael basically proved that he loved her, and she was convinced to stay. On the wedding day, he showed up to her room at the Metro Court as well, and kissed her, and Jocelyn walked in on it. Nelle tried to play it off like he was the one that pulled her into the kiss, but Jocelyn was standing there for quite a long time, so I'm pretty sure she's figured it out. At least I hope so, God. Meanwhile, everyone shows up at the restaurant getting ready for the wedding, and no one is happy about it, except maybe Brad. You know, Brad and Nelle having an instant friendship out of nowhere. Still not sure when that happened. My favorite part, hands down, was the fact that Bobby showed up dressed in black, like funeral attire. It was great. I was living for it. And even when the wedding started and everyone got up to see the bride walk down the aisle, Bobby just kind of like pretended to jolt her leg and then just kind of like stayed there. Didn't face back at Nelle, just faced forward and everything. Nelle's face was priceless. Anyway, Nelle gets to the front, and that's when Carly shows up to object the wedding. Typical. Now, I am filming this on Monday afternoon. I have not watched Monday's show yet, and I'm about to as soon as I'm done editing this video. All I can hope for is by the end of the week we see Nelle, you know, dying, or this story coming to an end, because you know, it's way past time. While we're at it, let's get Peter out of Windermere too. I like this is too much. It's too long. Alright, now before we go, let's talk about Vanessa Antoine, who plays Jordan Ashford, because she is out at General Hospital and they are apparently recasting the role. Vanessa actually got a gig in a primetime role in Canadian television, and I am so happy for her as a fellow Canadian myself. I've always been a big fan of Vanessa since the beginning. I am sad to see Vanessa go, but I'm so happy for her as well. And I'm actually really glad that they're recasting the character, because I didn't want Stella to have her way completely, you know? I want Jordan and Curtis to have a fighting chance, whoever plays her. Hopefully the chemistry is just as poppin'. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video here, so if you liked it, give it a big old thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to. I do these videos every week, and I will catch you guys next time.